Hi everyone. In case you didn't know, this is a live stream that is going to have a guest. My guest today will be Minhdam. He's a Polish great watercolor artist, actually partially Polish. He's also born in Vietnam. Let me just find where I'm supposed to invite him. Oh, here. And then we will start to paint. It will be the same subject, but with two different approaches. Hi, Min.
Hi, Kasia. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Hi, everyone. You look great. We didn't see for a quite long time.
Yes. Okay. So, if you have any questions for me or for Min, go ahead and ask. I will turn on this live stream on my computer and will be answering everything that I will see on the screen. And also Min speaks Polish if there's someone here who don't know English that well, so go ahead and ask in Polish. We will translate the question for the all of the other people that speak English. And today we are going to paint Yellow Trams from Lisbon. So
Yes. Today this is our topic for today. So I speak Polish, I speak English, and I also speak Vietnamese. If some of you want to ask me in Vietnamese, so I can answer you also in Vietnamese. And I have my screen here, so I see the chat. Okay, so I think we can start. We can start paint.
Yes, let's try to show them our painting. For those who came here from Min profile, I am Katarzyna Kmiecik. I am a watercolor artist and illustrator based in Puławy, Poland. And Min will tell you something about himself.
Yes, I also live in Poland. I'm from Warsaw, and like Kasia, I study architecture before. I mean, I finished like 10 years ago, but I think we both developed our painting and drawing from the architecture university.
Yes, Warsaw's University of Technology.
Yes, that's right.
I'm not working as an architect though. I don't know how about me.
Actually, I used to work but not for long. I used to work like for maybe 2 years, but later I focus mostly on teaching. I'm not sure you see my screen because it's like I'm seeing here that this is very bright, so I'm not sure. Okay, but I hope that the screen should be visible. Okay, so let's start.
Okay, and what are you usually starting with when using this brush? I actually don't know where to begin. It's such a small piece of paper, and I usually paint on imperial size or half imperial, and this is slightly overwhelming for me.
This is
or
this
tram.
You know, if this is like if we have more time, like 3 or 4 hours, I would prefer to start background first, and like the light and the background, and then focus on the tram. But today, if we have just 1 hour, I will consider this is like a sketch. So I will focus on the main object first, and then I will fill up around with the background. So I think we can start with the tram first, but it's up to you.
What brush are you using this time?
I'm using my favorite one. So like you wrote on your profile before, this is my favorite one. This called Wolf calligraphy.
Okay, so we have the same one for the first layer.
Yes. So those are my all-time favorite brush. I also like Hake. This is Hake. And for details, I am using standard round brush round pointed synthetic or natural is like it can be any, but it's good to have this very precise point.
And are you working usually wet on wet, or does this brush work better on dry paper?
You know, normally I will prefer to wet the paper with any subject. I will prefer to wet the whole paper and then work on the wet paper. But when I have limited time or when I do like a sketch, it doesn't matter if we wet paper or not. And what about you? I think you also prefer to paint.
Yes,
mostly
I
on.
like to stretch my paper by wetting it from both sides and placing it on a plexiglass or something smooth enough to make it stay there for the whole painting.
Okay.
But this time it's just in Winsor & Newton block of papers.
Yeah,
So
I have tried. Yeah, I am trying today a new paper. This is I never paint on this paper before. This is Holbein. I think this is also 100% cotton or 90% cotton. I'm not sure, but this is also experiment for me. I'm painting on this paper for the first time. So what kind of paint are you using? Are you do you
right
use
now I've mixed Hansa Yellow Deep and Hansa Yellow Light and some flesh tint from Aquarius for the background and those two yellows.
Okay, so what about brand? Do you prefer to use
Aquarius paints?
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I think we start with the same areas. I start with the tram, and I will go.
Yes, I will have some pools of water in the foreground. And I've never actually painted architecture live. This will be fun. Hopefully I won't destroy it.
Okay, so mostly when you paint like live or you do demo, you what kind of subject do you prefer?
Yes, clouds or landscapes, usually. But I think whenever I will be inviting someone to paint with me, I will try to try my skills in the subjects that person prefers. For example, you like painting yellow trams.
Yes. This is one of my topic. I like to paint streets, like cityscapes, but I would prefer to focus mostly on the street. I mean, on trams or on cars or on people rather than on buildings. So buildings are for me like a background. Yes. And I feel that trams is like very interesting objects in the city to paint, quite unique. So that's why this is that's why I choose this topic for today. Okay,
and now I'm adding a really cool granulating color from Aquarius. It's Misty Morning. It actually turns slightly purple and green when dry. I hope it will make it work for me, even if I won't manage to finish this painting within an hour.
I don't think we can finish this topic.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah, because your topic, you have Tram and you have the reflection as well. So this is quite time-consuming topic. And I have two trams here, so this is also
time-consuming.
Yeah. Okay, I will move my palette. Maybe no, I don't think I can move my palette into the camera because actually the view is quite small. So are you for paint, you using for most of the time Aquarius paint, yeah, or you have
I
some other.
like Aquariuses and Winsor & Newton watercolors,
Okay.
the professional line. It depends on the subject and my humor that day. I sometimes like to use Aquarius, sometimes Winsor & Newtons, or even intense watercolors from Renaissance.
And what about brushes?
Which one?
What about brushes? What kind of brushes
Ah,
you prefer?
also Aquarius brushes. A lot of them actually. I like those with dual hair.
Okay.
Precise one and the water holding one.
Okay.
It's I don't think it's only synthetic.
Okay.
It's
I know.
mixed
Yeah,
type
I
of
know that.
hair.
I think inside this is synthetic, or inside this
Yes,
is, yeah, inside is synthetic, and around I think this may be squirrel hair or
squirrel
something.
probably. I think my camera is slightly out of focus. Maybe you would
Yeah.
like me to show another angle. I don't know why it seems
Yeah.
so
Yes.
much
Yeah.
better.
This is a little bit out of focus. Maybe you need
I don't know why.
to catch the focus.
Okay,
Maybe
let me
touch
try
on the screen or
another
something.
angle. Maybe from the side. Not bad. Better. Maybe
From the
you
street,
even
it's like, this is like an angle that you lay down on the street, and the tram is coming to run over you. So this may create
yes,
some drama to the to your painting, and to our presentation.
maybe. Hmm. But the pools of water won't be visible probably. Okay.
So
Any question from the crowd?
yeah, I see that more people, our
Mostly
viewer,
like to watch.
yeah, I think they would prefer to watch, or maybe they afraid to ask in English. You guys can ask
Go
in
ahead.
Polish. You can ask in Polish and in Vietnamese. It doesn't have to be English. Actually, we will prefer to answer in Vietnamese. I mean, in Polish.
You will have to translate for me.
Okay, so sometimes the problem with the watercolor is that you put the water and it is too wet to start to paint, and sometimes
Yes.
we just need to wait. But I see that you paint very fast. You have almost the whole painting done.
I don't think so. I'm putting multiple layers over the first one, so an hour would probably be too little for me. But yes, this is experience from the entrance exam for the architecture showing up.
Yes, we have 90 minutes, and yeah, we have 90 minutes to finish the big paper,
So you
big
have
painting.
to make the subject pop and somehow sell the work within this 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I remember that for my exam we could use our own tools, so we could use any techniques. Now they changed the exam, but I remember that when I had my exam, I used watercolor and I mixed
Me
with
too.
markers and pen and like markers, pen and watercolor to just to speed up.
I made the first subject with watercolors and the geometrical one with pencils.
Uh, okay, I made a geometrical. Actually, I joined. I went 2 times for the exams. For the first time when I go for the exam, it was like maybe 3 months after I start to draw. So I was very I didn't have at all experience, and actually I try to use watercolor for the first time during the exam, and I think it was
Oh, that was a risk.
okay, it was the risk because I didn't pass this exam, so I
And
must.
what was the subject?
The subject was some kind of like buildings, like three combination building or something like that. From I don't remember, but uh, yeah, it was a text describing a building on the street, and this building have 3 floors and some balcony and some other some elements. So actually, I put watercolor for the first time during the exam. But did you study in Warsaw or no? No.
What are you doing now with the blue? Ah, the church
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
background.
yeah. I going for the church. Just this is like because I wet the paper just to show, uh, just to create like the soft effect of the building on the background. So actually, we want to have a little bit the background a little bit softer. Where do you work now, Kasia? What are you doing now?
Well, I am my own boss, actually. I work as an artist and art teacher in my art school. It was a stational art school in Puławy and even before that in Radom, but coronavirus changed everything. And now I'm going to teach online more than in real life. Maybe some workshops from time to time, but not like daily lessons this time. Although I liked working with people.
So do
Uh,
you live in Puławy or you live in
yes,
Lublin? Okay,
in Puławy.
I thought you live in Lublin. But before the pandemic, you had like normal
Yes, I have
courses,
normal
sessionally,
lessons daily, almost daily.
and your students they are mostly learn
They were
watercolor
mostly
or for the
high school students and some hobbyists that were adults.
okay.
Not many
So
kids because I don't have patience.
yeah, yeah, teaching children like small kids required a little bit of
Challenging.
patience. Yeah, this much it's much harder than teach adult people.
They usually don't really want to learn anything. They want to just draw whenever they usually draw, not the new subjects I was giving them, and they were making a lot of mess.
So now you are teaching online. You have online classes,
Yes.
and you teach also drawing for like
I
for
am going to have both watercolor and drawing lessons on my website. That's still in progress,
okay.
but I hopefully will finish it soon. Oh my God, I paint architecture so randomly. I don't know what to do next. Maybe the contrast on the windows will do for now. So you made the colorful wall on the trams and then went
Yeah.
to work on the background.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I put some basic colors here on the trams, and I'm waiting for it to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going for the background. Um, and I just paint the background with one layer. I don't want to add more details here on the back. So that's why I start with the foreground first, and then go back, and then I go back to the foreground to add details. Okay, so I see that you are starting to add details on the tram already.
yes, but don't know if it will work out very well. This is an experiment for me.
Maybe
I
next time,
thought
maybe the
hopefully,
next time, maybe next time I will try to paint some of your subjects.
that will be interesting. So light shining through the trees
Yeah,
or
yeah,
sky.
yeah. That will be interesting. This will be new experience because
Why not?
uh, yeah, I think I will. I want to try some new experience because with this kind of topic, I feel quite comfortable. But 1 hour is always very
Not
short amount
enough.
of time. Yeah.
Maybe YouTube live stream would be more fun to do because there's no time limit, or is it?
On YouTube, no, there are no time limit. The
And it
stream,
can be horizontal.
yes. Or on Facebook, I think on Facebook they have limit, but this is very long limit, maybe 8 hours or something.
Oh my God. I have family. I can paint for 8 hours.
But I think the 1 hour is enough. I'm not sure that
One or two?
1 hour is enough. I'm not sure that
Yeah,
you are.
maybe we will bore
Yeah,
everyone.
yes. I'm not many people want to watch someone to paint for too long.
8 hours.
Yeah. They I think they will prefer to paint by themselves than watch someone else to paint.
Yes.
But maybe we can invite our viewers to paint together with us.
Yes, but we will have to prepare the sketch beforehand, not uh, an hour before live stream like me.
But we can send our topic like the picture first. They
Yes,
can.
picture will be good. I thought I would add some contrast right away to make it work before I will think what to do with the windows on the background. And I probably should start painting more architecture so I won't be so in shock on live streams.
So actually, I just add the contrast here with the trees. So just to create like the feeling that we have like a complete painting. So it's better to be safe to cover like the whole paper first, and then add the details. So if you run out of time, you can just say that this is finished, and you don't need to
Yes.
add more details.
Well, I have my first layer behind the tram, so I think it's the right moment to add those dark parts. Maybe. We will see in the end of this hour if it actually worked or not.
Not so, not so many. We don't have so many questions. Maybe it's too late for.
Maybe, but I have some questions for you. Let me see. Okay, you already told us what are your favorite subjects. Are there any tricks to properly use this brush? Like, are you using only the tip of it or side of it? Maybe you hold it right here or on the other end.
Yeah, I'm
Whatever
holding
you can
more.
tell us.
Yes, I'm holding more to the end of the brush, and this is very big brush, but it is quite precise. But the trick is that you don't paint with the full paint loaded on the brush. Sometimes you just need to use paper and just dry out the brush a little bit, and you form the head. Like for example, here I'm forming the head to have like a small brush, like a small brush, flat
Small
brush
flat
here.
brush.
Yes. So I would prefer to have like flat brush like that. And when we do details, um, I just have the brush like that, and I form like now I want to paint windows. I form the flat brush and I make like 1 or 2 strokes here to have windows.
Can you also paint like grass with it? Make it.
I don't think so because you know the hair is all the depend on the what kind of hair you have in your brush. For the grass, I would prefer to have softer hair, so I would prefer to use goat hair. Like here I have also the Chinese brush. This is mixed wolf or Sobol or Kolinsky hair with the goat outside. So this brush is softer. It's easier to make it like that, and it is you can have more random effect when you paint grass. These wolf brushes are more precise, are more stiff, so I will prefer to use it to paint like more precise geometrical shapes.
And for those of you who are animal lovers, those are not really brushes made from the hair of endangered wolves. It's just some Chinese animal that's called wolf, but it's not a wolf.
Actually, yeah. This is actually this is Kolinsky. So this kind of we in Poland we call it Sobol. So this
Yes,
is
yes.
one kind of the Kolinsky, but in Chinese they call this animal like a yellow wolf look like animal. So when you translate word by word, it will be yellow wolf look like animal, and when they put the Chinese name in the translation, they you know the name wolf pop up. So that's why they call this brush wolf. Actually, this is not like you know the wolf we know. So the hair are very similar, like the Kolinsky brush we know.
And how do you deal with the amount of water this brush is holding? I actually encountered some problems with it, especially with painting wet on wet. There was so much water, I didn't know how it will turn out once dry, actually.
Yes, when you paint wet on wet with those brushes, actually we don't use too much water. We dry out. So I'm using paper and I dried out the brush like that. Like half of the brush I just dry out. So actually
Ah,
I'm using almost like half dry brush. So you can tell that
okay.
this is half dry because when you push the hair, it doesn't come back. The hair doesn't come back. So actually you have the hair like that. It's quite dry, and actually now I have dry paper, so the brush must be wet. But when you have wet paper, is better to have more dry brushes, so you will have higher precision when you paint, and
Some control.
Yes, yeah, because you have already water on the paper, so you don't need extra water, too much extra water on the brush. So the advantage of those brushes is that you can form the head of the brush. You can make this like a round, or you can make it like a flat one. So this,
You can make it work for many subjects, like
yeah, yes.
portraits, architecture, landscapes, everything.
And I also recommend to use bigger brushes, because um, you don't have to spend too much time on mixing, on taking pigments, bringing pigment from your palette to the paper. You just load the brush once or two times, and you can paint like almost like the whole painting.
And you usually finish your paintings in one sitting, or you need more hours, like me?
For most of the time, I would prefer to finish in one sitting, but sometimes I'm at detail, but they are very small details, like day after. But I'm not leaving the painting like in the face, like half when I wet the paper. Uh, I need to finish like 90% of the painting.
Wow. But now you are a father, so you may be forced to stop painting sometimes.
Yes, but actually, my son is in China. Right now, I am sitting in Poland. I couldn't
Free
go to
time.
China, so I still have my free time. I can paint, but I'm thinking about that um, I will need to do to maybe to find another way, another technique of painting watercolor, because I will need to stop at every moment. So maybe
Yes.
wetting the paper is not the perfect way to paint when you have smaller kids
Unless
around.
you know how to make it work, even if it dries. I learned some tricks because my kids were so little. I
Okay, so
usually
how
have to stop in the worst moments.
okay,
Well, no,
so how you um
firstly, the right type of paper. You have to know you will be able to remove mistakes or soften the edges even few days after it dries. So I love Winsor & Newton papers because of that. And also Canson Malin Duroy was awesome, but it's not longer available in many stores. I think it's discontinued. Um,
interesting. I thought this is new paper, because they have before, like Cancer, they have some paper called Fontenay, but they
yes,
cancel Fontenay to make this Moulin Duroy or Duroy, and then they cancel those as well. Did they cancel this
apparently
production?
they did.
Okay.
But they made some other Canson watercolor blocks. I haven't tried them yet, and they thought Canson Heritage will be enough, but I don't like it that much, actually. It's hard to remove mistakes after the paper dries.
Okay, so those, I mean, the most expensive, the most high-end paper are usually those which,
Usually okay, but not arch. Arch paper also is not very good for beginners because of that. I
yes,
have
yes,
the feeling it's the colors are really beautiful and vibrant, and I like this paper, but you have to know you won't be able to move the paint around very much after it dries. The same goes for the Saunders Waterford paper, for me at least.
yeah,
If you are
ash,
painting like me in one sitting, it's great paper. But if you paint like me in at least 2 or 3 sittings, it probably won't work.
uh, yes, you may be right, because actually ash is my favorite paper, or arches. Um, but I know that many artists, they don't like ash, because they can fix, they can wash out, and also when it dry, it will start to wave, very much. So
Yes.
like artists, they don't like that. And also ash, they have some specific smell when you wet the paper. So many artists also, they don't like this ash paper smell. But actually,
I haven't noticed the smell.
okay, you can now when I tell you, so you can
I
try to
will
smell it.
try.
Because maybe before you didn't focus on the smell of the paper, but because why we should focus on the smell, but when you wet the paper, actually the smell of the ash paper is quite strong. It's quite specific.
I'm smelling books, but not watercolor papers for some reason.
Ash paper, they have something, they have something inside that it smell like, it's not smell like a wet paper, it smell like a wet cats or dogs or something like that, like wet hair, not paper. So the smell is not it's
Not
not a
very
good.
pleasurable.
Yeah, yes.
And we still have no questions. Yes. And where are you from? At least tell us this. If you are watching right now, where are you from?
I guess that most of our viewers are from Poland.
So there's no reason to talk in English, if so. Unless for the people who will watch the replay.
Hi, Ireland. Hello, Irina. Irina is from Ireland. So we have one viewer from
Yay!
Ireland.
And I saw my sister joining us as well, so from Poland, Radom.
Okay, so we have Poland. Okay, so Irina speaks Polish as well, but where are you from originally, Irina? Based on name, I guess that it may be from Ukraine. So not so many Vietnamese viewer at this time, at this
Not the
hour.
best hour.
Yes, because we need to count plus five hour for those who live in Vietnam, plus 6 for those who live in China.
We can do another live stream in the morning.
Yeah, yes.
And
But
try
actually,
painting
yeah.
those landscapes we agreed you will try.
Okay, that is good idea. Actually, for viewers from Asia, we will have those from Vietnam, maybe from Korea or Japan. But actually, in China, they don't have Instagram. Instagram in China is blocked. They can join, so we won't have any viewer from China.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to add some details as well for the tram, because we have for 20 minutes. I think for 20 minutes we need to already to have some details here.
Oh,
So
I
actually for
never
the
said I would finish. I think my viewers know I won't finish.
yes, but it's I'm not sure I want to come back to this painting after the stream.
Yes.
So at least to have the painting which will look like it is finished. So for detail, I will prefer to use like a standard round pointed brush, much more precise than those wolf brushes. So I saw that you, Kasia, I saw that you are selling your painting, and also you're selling prints of your painting as well, right?
Yes, on Etsy mostly, but once my website will be ready, I think I will move the store to my website, not to pay the big fees of Etsy.
But do you print? Are you making print by yourself, or how it works?
I am printing them in Warsaw,
Okay.
in a print shop called Letrabit, and
Okay.
usually on maluje.pl. And I'm scanning them by myself. I have an A3 scanner at home, and I am scanning the bigger works in 4 parts and then joining the pieces in Photoshop and adjusting the colors. And the coolest part of the printing in Warsaw is that they are sending me those prints. I don't have to travel every time something sells. Although I would
Okay.
like to see my friends from university from time to time.
So you wait, you scan on the A3 scanner,
Yes, I have a free scanner.
and how
And
about the color of this? Of do this
it's
scanner is good?
it makes it look slightly more bluish, but I've learned how to fix it in Photoshop, and it looks almost like original ones printed. I just have to make some prints first to look how it will work in real life and adjust the colors and the method I'm using in Photoshop to make the colors resemble the original.
Okay.
Usually the pencil works looks 100% like the original, and the colorful ones required some more adjustments and not print well enough for first time they are printed, but I know how to make it work in the future.
Victor Gago, I think you may know Victor Gago.
Yes,
Uh,
I
he
know.
is telling us that I have very small, delicate hands, so he don't know that I am painting like my frame, like my screen is below or the over, like on the top of the.
I have masculine hands, strong and masculine.
Uh, I think Victor, you can recognize us by not by hand but by brushes we use. Or based on palette. What kind of palette, Kasia, are you using? You using? I
I
see using.
have my Aquarius paints in 2 palettes because I have too many of them. Those are my warm colors and some purples and Payne's gray, I will think it is. And I am going to use it for portraits more. Not that I am painting portraits a lot. And this one is more for my landscapes. A lot of greens, purples, my beloved colors lavender and misty morning, shadow violets, both light and regular, and the Przybysz's gray.
So
It's
you have
also,
only fancy color on your palette.
yes,
Misty morning, Przybysz gray. So very like
I love
romantic
it.
names are you using? Like the paint with the very romantic names.
Yes, they fit my style.
Yasm Art say that it's easy to recognize us based on our palette. But I'm not sure based on the color palette or based on the physical palette we are using, because Kasia used the plastic box.
This time, yes.
Yes. And I have my favorite palette. I'm using this palette for last 6 years. I didn't change. So this is metal palette.
Is that the one you were showing on your Instagram story?
Yes.
It's expensive.
It was expensive. It was very expensive, but I can be only happy because after I ordered this palette, Steve, the guy who is making this kind of palette, he increased the price. So actually I got good price because right after that he increased the price of the palette even higher.
But so it was 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was 6 years ago, and the good things about this palette is that it doesn't rust, because this is brass palette. It's not like a metal, typical metal palette. It is made out from brass, so it doesn't rust.
Wow! And how many paint colors you can?
Actually, I have 22 wells on this palette, but actually you can decide by yourself, because you can design this palette. Interior of this palette by yourself. This is like a handmade, so you book the palette, you send the design inside, and then Steve make this palette like based on that.
Irina, you are asking about the black brush. Which one are you talking about? Because this one is brown. This have a black tip, so maybe you are asking about this one again. And Minh was talking quite a lot about this brush. Maybe you can watch the replay, because I'm not a specialist on these Chinese brushes.
Maybe Irina didn't recognize your hand and thought that maybe because I was showing the black brush. This is black brush. Brush.
And we have similar hands. I should have painted my nails. So here I am on the top.
This is black brush. This one? No, not this one.
Yeah, it's quite black. Maybe she meant
brown.
this one.
I still don't know. We can little brown one. Okay, little brown brushes. So it must be yours, Kasia. Some of your brushes.
Little black brushes. Those two from Roman Szmal, maybe. I don't know if they are available abroad, but who knows. If not, we have plenty of shops in Poland that can ship your order anywhere you want. Maybe it not will be very cheap, but it's possible. And they are made from squirrel and some synthetic hair for the tip. I really like them, and actually have 4 of them, different sizes. The biggest one I have is 14. I don't know where it is right now. Doesn't matter. But they are really great. And if I would have to recommend a brush for a beginner, not to pay hundreds of dollars for their equipment, I would actually recommend this brush, because it's so
Yes, they are quite cheap. Those
cheap and
brushes.
actually allow to paint details and bigger areas. They are holding paint very well. Maybe not as well as this one, but it's bigger than those. I use the 14 size of this Roman Szmal brush for my biggest paintings, and I really enjoy working with them. So if you mint them, then I can really strongly recommend trying at least one size. If one, the 10 will be great. It will allow to paint details and bigger areas as well. And if you like it, then you can always buy more sizes in the future.
Yeah, this kind of brushes are very useful. I also have few of, but not from Roman Szmal, but I also have this kind of brushes. As you can see here, these have this round ball shape and
Mm-hmm.
very long point here. So
Have
it's
something
very,
similar.
yes. So I can show you how to paint lines with this brush. So you load your brush with like full brush. You load pigment in this ball, and you just use this point, this nib, to draw very fine line. So it's very good for this topic actually, because you can paint those lines here.
Okay, I haven't noticed we have only 7 minutes left. So maybe tell us if you want us to meet again and make Minh paint some landscape. And if morning hours or Polish morning hours will be a good time for a live stream. How do I use the Roman Szmal brush? Like a regular round brush, actually. I don't have any unusual tricks.
So there are no tricks, just it's pure skill. It's not tricks.
And Aga Karbowniczek asks how we are choosing our right colors for the paintings. And this time it's pretty obvious because we have yellow trams, so some shadow violet in my case for the details and darkest parts is a reasonable choice because on the color wheel violet is directly on the other side than yellow.
Yeah,
So
actually
they are very
for yellows,
contrasting and looking great together.
yes. Because yellow, actually you don't mix yellow, you just use straight from the tubes. And the same for reds. And all shadows around, you can use something which is which create strong contrast for the yellow. So like Kasia using here, the violet color, it creates very nice contrast.
And now I am making it look unfinished on purpose, so I'm splashing the paint.
So this is your trick, that when you run out of time, you
Yes.
just snap the color on
Or
the paper.
if it looks too stiff or boring, I also splash a lot of water, and not always with brush. I also use toothbrush for this. And for creating the mood in my landscapes. The
Okay, so
toothbrush
you are using brush
is my
tools
trick.
also to paint, not just to use to brush your tools, but also to paint.
Yes.
But I believe that you have one brush for painting and
Yes,
another
I use
brush.
different ones for those
Okay,
tasks.
not the same one.
My teeth would be purple.
So I also sometimes use snapping colors as a technique to create like the effect that painting, like unfinished painting, look finished. So this is we can call this is like a fake detail, snapping color. But I also like, I will show you, I also like using big flat brush like here, like Hake brush, and create this unfinished, like finished unfinished effect by adding dry brush strokes. So just few strokes I'm adding here on the back. So few dry brush stroke, and those dry brush stroke create.
How much hair does this brush have? I have only one Hake brush, and I think it's very thick. It's holding so
mine is
much
very
water.
thin.
I can't make a dry brush effect with it, actually.
You have Hake, but you have the black one or gold. Okay, you have gold, but this is too thick, too thick. It need to be thinner. If you check, for example,
so I need new one.
Like good Hake, you can buy from Holbein, but I'm not sure that they have in Poland. But Holbein produce very nice Hake brushes, and also the brand from Korea, from South Korea, they also have very nice Hake brushes, but it should be thinner, less hair. You don't need very big brush. You just need thin brush.
Something wasn't working for me.
Yeah, and the most important thing is that the good brush, the good Hake brush, the hair should stick together. So when you push it around, it should stick together. It doesn't spread to like that. You see that this is one shade. It doesn't have space in between. So this is how you can tell that the brush is well made. And especially for Hake, it is very important to have the good one, that the hair doesn't spread out.
Oh my God, we have a question in Russian.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's not question. I don't know Russian, sorry. My husband could be a translator, but I don't think he will come in time before the end of this live stream to help me.
The mop brush. Da Vinci? No, it's not Da Vinci. I'm not sure. Do you have Da Vinci brushes?
Where do we get our references? I got mine from Instagram, but you always have to ask permission to use a photo.
Okay, I'm using your snap effect also, because we ran out of time, so I need to use some more tricks. Actually, I have been in Lisbon like a few years ago. I have some of my pictures, some of pictures my friends also send me. But when I need pictures of like when I search for the picture on internet, I'm using Pixabay. Pixabay is the the base of the picture that you can use free of charge. So
I think we have to finish because it's already an hour, or maybe if you join later, we won't be stopped.
Yeah, I think they will stop in 1 minute or something.
Okay, so goodbye in case we will be stopped.
Thank you for inviting me, Kasia.
It was actually quite fun to paint some tram and architecture. Maybe I will.
Yeah, I see that you almost finished the painting, so I think you just need 5 minutes more.
Splashed the paint everywhere, like on the exam for architecture. Okay, so thanks for joining me, Minh, and everyone.
Thank you for inviting me, and I hope we will make a second session very soon. Thank you very much, Kasia, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Bye.
Bye bye.